Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Dearly, I see a
Mhm.
one.
I see a
I
one.
see a one. I see a one. They got another one. I know it seems like it's taken us a few minutes to get started today, and which it is, because normally I would have already come on in with the come on in, being that it's as late as it is. But having a couple of technical difficulties that has slowed me down just a little bit, just a tad bit, just a smidget. Trying to pull these things up. I should have pulled up a long time ago, but y'all know how it is. Want to make sure that I acknowledge the chat right quick for those who have come in thus far before we get started, while I allow my device to come on with the come on with this good coming on that it don't want to do. But Tuber chat, greetings and salutations. Glad you make it here. All things with Mia J. So glad that you're here. Uh, Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat, man. Um, so glad to see you. Janice, we see you as well. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chatmans. Emily Carroll, so glad that you decided to hang out with us today. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here chatmans.
Hey
Yvette
y'all.
Williams, so glad to see you. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here chatmans. Were you about to say something?
Well, me, no, I was just saying, hey y'all, hey y'all.
Meets domination. Good morning, good morning. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chatmans. And since you all are here, don't want to belabor the time as we get this thing on a roll, on a Kaiser roll, on a piece of roll, on a cinnamon roll. We try to roll on in and roll on out. Welcome to the Intentionally Random broadcast, where the topics are intentionally random and randomly intentional. This year has started off with a bang. We left things behind and we made our resolutions. We decided to embrace this year with open arms. Tonight's topic will be a check-in of where we really are. I got some questions, and we have some answers. Join us
At Anthony's Too Real.
and yours truly at Tina Mofo Show as we attempt to take internal inventory and recognize the proverbial fat lady has not sung and it ain't over. In fact, we're just beginning. So if you would, lend us your ears, your thoughts, and a little bit of your undivided attention as we endeavor to take an honest inspection of the check engine light of our lives. Let's step into the real. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? In the words of BDV, I didn't borrow his words today. How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? What's going on with you,
I know
Anthony? How
that's
you
right.
doing tonight?
I'm breathing, blinking, and blessed. I'm much
Yes,
better.
indeed.
Thank you, Tina. I am much better.
So glad, so glad, so glad. I think all of us have had us a moment or two and are in the place of recovery, which is we're gonna do some more recovery today as we figure out what in the world are these questions about. Asking all these questions. SFA, I see you. So appreciate you for coming into the space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat. So glad that you decided to hang with us tonight. All of you. So glad that you all decide to come in, hang with us tonight. Maybe few in number, but we are strong in power. So glad that you all decided to kick it with us tonight because we're going to be talking about just a couple of things, and we won't be even before you long. We just gonna hit it and quit it before you bat it. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? We want to just talk about some things as it pertains to I got questions. You okay? And I'm not gonna belabor the time as it pertains to this topic at hand because I know folks
Mhm.
is wondering what kind of questions you about to ask. This is not a show and tell. This is not a tell all your business, but it is one of those moments where it's like, okay, what do I really think about where I've made it thus far? The 24th day
Mm.
of the first month of 2026. We only got another week, y'all, of this month before we make it into the second month of the year. But so much has occurred just within the past 24 days. And I just wanted to do a checkup, just a brief checkup on where are you guys, how you guys are doing, how you're living, and what's really going on, because it's not just enough to ask the things, to make the conversations of, oh, I want to know, how are things going? How's your family? How we could do the little chit chat and, the small talk and whatnot. But I want to ask some real
Mhm.
questions today. We had some resolutions, some of us, and everybody doesn't believe in New Year's resolutions, but some of us have resolutions about exercising, because we're trying to get fine before the summertime. Right now it's cuffing season, so the folks don't care if we got a little love handle, like Lala likes to say, we got a little side piece, going on. But some of us have decided we're gonna get rid of our side pieces, and we're gonna go ahead and hopefully they ain't got real side pieces where they got them a boo and a husband, a boo and a
Oh.
wife. But for the most part, we had the New Year's resolutions of letting go of people, places, things, and mindsets of last year and the years prior so that we can fully embrace this new and improved year, 2026. However, we got to, address a few things. What did we not leave in last year that you still see some remnants of today? Is it an old mindset?
Mm.
Did you say I'm gonna treat people better? And as soon as the year came in, cutting, knucking, and bucking, cussing and fussing, you know what I'm saying, ready to break down with the beat down, you know what I'm saying? Did you change how you approach things? Um,
Mm.
because sometimes, I must admit, I've had my moments in time where I had the mindset of, oh, I'm only going to do the things that best suit me, better benefit me. But at the same time, come to a place in life where I'm like, I said that was what I was going to do, but I haven't fully let go of everything that I said I was going to let go of. I haven't changed everything about myself. And I noticed that I still got some of them same mindsets, some of
Mm.
those same things that I didn't want to bring into this new year. I still see traces of it now.
Mm.
Um, and so one thing I see Janice said, I still carry dislike for those who brought me drama. I'm trying to ignore them. Child, when I tell you that whole I'm gonna get away from the people as it pertains to the dramatic, they got more dramatics than the folks that were singing the songs. Um, the real odds and evens. I won't. wanted to say evenings. I'm gonna get it together today. I done had some chicken. I ain't had no caffeine, and so I'm just running off sheer energy, and I guess the energy that comes from protein, and whatever else I can muster. But I am so glad that you decided to come into the space tonight. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat, miss. We're just over here asking a few questions. Um, and I most certainly understand the whole thing of I understand the thing as it pertains to I didn't leave the same mindset as
Mm,
far back into last year as I needed to. You know, like I'm still having a hard time forgiving people. I'm still having a
mm,
hard time seeing people as they are and not what I wanted them to be.
mm,
I'm still having a hard time um looking at people with the expectations that I had of them in the past and dismissing those expectations to really understand and perceive the fact that what I thought it was is not. You know, like having toxic relationships, because not every toxic relationship can you necessarily leave in the past. Like what if you and your child has a toxic relationship? You go not talk to them and they 8 years old? Now I can
mm.
understand when it comes to the grown folks. You like, hey, they grown. If they can't get themselves together, they can go on where they go. Where they going? They could been where they went. Um, but as it pertains to that, I see your real eyes. He said, "Oh, oh, that popped up. That is hilarious." He
All
said
right,
that's
no
because they
contact
keep.
with a child is wild.
I mean, that's because they keep doing the same crap. I mean, but that's the truth. It's the truth anyhow. And sometimes we could go through things with people and they have met that threshold of I said I wasn't gonna take it no more, and I'm
Mm.
not taking it no more. And then we find ourselves in this year taking it some more. Pause. And so
Fine.
I just want to know, have you seen in this year things that you said that you were gonna get rid of, things that you mindsets that you have from the old that you've seen creep into this year as well, too real.
So I would first like to just say hey to everybody in the chat that was saying hey to me. And second of all, y'all, when we was talking about questions, where I'm like, when people was, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to see about the questions too, because Tina, you better get out my head, okay? So first of all, I'm just okay. So we only 24 days in, guys. So why am I still like approaching things the same way I approached them like in 2025? When I sat on here and said I was not gonna do this year, yes,
Right.
yes, it's still giving the same. So what's different?
I mean, and that's the thing about like Coach D says, I had shout out to Coach D in her absence. But but that's the thing. Like, just because you decreed and declared it, like some folks say, from last year that I'm oh God, I almost quoted the wrong person. I don't like men's no more. Not him. But what I do recall is the fact that sometimes we can have in our minds that I'm not going to take myself through this rodeo in my mind again. And then the next
Mhm.
year, you're like, oh, I'm 24 days in. I still got the same mindset. Something ain't changed yet. Or if it has
Right,
changed, I don't see the evidence of it yet.
right.
Uh, me and Jay said, I'm still procrastinating. Come on.
Oh, me
It
too, girl. I
happens
just
to the
told you
best
my
of us.
business. It really do.
It does. It does. I think that some of the things that I've been able to experience has
Mhm.
just been the thing of, um, especially as it pertains to procrastination, it has
Mhm.
been the thing of being focused on me. Being focused
Oh,
on me, I have been slow to really develop that. And I said I was going to
yeah.
walk into this year more concerned about me. Even my cousin has a theme and I think she has her business is geared towards the year of me. I think, which I
Mm.
don't know if it was last year or this coming year, but she just was talking about the year of me, where we start taking better care of our own mental health, spiritual health, our own physical health and well
Mm-hmm.
being. And sometimes we don't do that because of what all we're dealing with or who all we're dealing with. And so I just know that I found myself in the space of desiring to just take a moment and consider the fact that I have not grown as much as I wanted to, even though I said I'm leaving 25 and 25. This is a new year, new me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Simply sunshine
Mm-hmm.
moments. We see you. Appreciate your presence. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Um, but yeah, that's something that I always consider the fact that I could say all day long, I'm through with them. It is over. Don't call me no more and don't text me no more. Away with you. And when it was all said and done, I was like, but where they at? I love them. We need to just hug it out. No, that person was toxic. It doesn't matter what has come about. That person was toxic. I don't need to find myself trying to reintegrate myself into their life. And I get the whole thing. Sometimes we have tragic moments. You know, it could be a death in the family, unalivement in the family. I be forgetting. YouTube is strict, and I don't understand why you can say all the other things, but when it comes to something that actually means something, you can't say that.
Literally.
You know
Literally.
what? They be getting on my nerves sometimes. But hey, I love you, YouTube. I need your money. But this is the thing that I was saying. Sometimes we can have situations to come into our lives sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that will cause us to want to come in closer to people. You know, what if someone's having a wedding? You know, because everything got to be sad and
Right.
in the trash or whatever. But sometimes it could be a real thing of, oh, this person is getting married. I really desire to be there for them and with them in this moment to celebrate them. But that person set half of your house on fire. I don't think you might need to go to that thing, you know, even though y'all done hashed it out and you decided I done forgave them, the insurance paid for everything and whatnot. But they did that on purpose. You just didn't turn them into the police and you still over there trying to hug it out. Leave them folks alone.
That
But what
part.
happens, but what happens when we start to make excuses to be in places that we should have left? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just asking the question, where are we really now? In this year, where we are, this present date, where are we really now? And that doesn't mean that we've been lying to ourselves. It's just
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, as much as we desire to make up in our hearts and make up in our minds that I don't want to do this, it's not advantageous to me, it's not something that I want for myself. How often have we come to a place or a point in our lives where we did not do the thing that we had set our hearts and minds to do? Where are you really? That's the question. Where are you really? Not just in your mind, but in your relationships. But where are you? You know, did you make it up in your mind that you weren't going to do the things that you had been doing at first? Did you make it up in your mind that you were going to change the way you were spending your money? You know,
Mm-hmm.
we got to, some of us got a shopping demon. I was like, I'm going on a financial fast. I'm only spending money on fruits and vegetables and gas. Because I'm just going to work and I'm going to eat my carrots and I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to be fine for the summertime. And my money is going to be stacked. So I could go to Dubai and eat the Dubai chocolate over there. Because when I get it out of Walgreens, it's trash. So I'm just wanting to know,
Right.
like what things have we decided we weren't going to do, that we find ourselves like, oh, I didn't save $5 this week, but if I try again, to put at least these 2 quarters in, because I started out, I was going to save $100, and it went from saving $100 to $20, and from $20 to $5. It's just too much. Stuff is high out here. The insurance is high. We start making excuses for ourselves. Where are we really? Where
Most
are we
definitely.
really? But what are your
Definitely
thoughts?
be trying to double up.
I know, right? I said, and it happens. Be like next week when I get paid. I say I'm gonna put 100. I'm gonna put 200 because I skipped this week. And then get to that, but I'm like, I said I was gonna put 100. I'd be glad that I could put 50 in here. You know what I'm saying? It be stuff like that. you
When I
know,
tell
and
you, it be like sometimes like, am I being realistic or not?
mm,
I'm just being honest. Sometimes I think I have like it be good, but I just think I gotta be more realistic. I think I need to be more realistic.
oh my lamb child, Sunshine said, "If a grocer's $1 million for 4 bags of nothing." I know we in there buying
Literally.
air, honey, air, nothing but air. Battlezone, I see you. I don't know how I missed. I did I blink? I must be looking at the wrong thing. Battlezone, I see you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapman. So glad that you decided to hang with us this evening. Uh, Andrew Serrano, so glad that you decided to hang with us tonight as well. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. So glad that you all both men have come in to hang out with us. We just asking a few questions. A few questions, everybody, would like to be integral, in the things that we do and the things that we say. And for the most part, we really do try,
Yeah.
we
Some of
try.
us.
But sometimes it's the thing of every now and then, we fall off the wagon, not always completely, because you went from I'm gonna go to the gym 3 days a week. So I'm gonna go to gym, twice a week. I'm gonna go on Monday and I'm gonna go on Friday to end the week right. I started off good and I'm gonna end it off on a high note. And then it go from that to, I'm just gonna go on Mondays because Fridays I be having a lot to do on the weekend. I don't want to be sore. Then next thing you know, well, I'm gonna go. I got stuff to do. I can't go today. And then next thing you know, it's 3 weeks. You 3 weeks into the month, and you ain't been to the gym but once. How you go from 3 days a week to you ain't been in the gym but once and took a
Literally.
picture because you was on the treadmill doing the 2.7 miles? I just want to know. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. It really
It
does.
do. It do.
Um, and so I'm doing this check in about I got questions. It's not because I'm questioning you specifically, but I'm asking you to take an introspective look on where you are right now. Do you want to continue in the route that you're going? Do you want to continue in the way that you're going? Do you want to continue with the mindset that you're keeping? Those things that are causing you to continue to stay in the same stagnant, backwards um, place that you were last year that didn't allow you to go forward or move forward, that didn't allow you to do what you wanted to do as far as, um, I could have sworn I saw somebody. Oh, I did see somebody. Somebody told me to shut up. Oh, which
I
one
was
of
just
us you
about
want
to
us to
say,
shut up?
do we need to take a pause for the troll?
No, I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna let him say what he want to say. Go on, say it. I hope your mama see it.
Hello.
Hey, Bree Bree, so glad that you decided to come and hang with us today. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. One thing I do know is that people think that when they can get away with things, or if they feel like they can get away with something, they'll do it. If they feel like it's going
Mm.
to bother you, they'll do it. And as long as you pay them any attention, as long as you continue to talk to them and show them whatever affection that they are looking for, or if the thing about I also take into consideration is sometimes people need attention.
Mm.
They need someone to pay attention to them because their parents dropped them, left them in the cold. They had that phone call, I'm coming to get you, and they never came. And sometimes they have to go into someone else's chat because no one else would pay them any mind. They had to come and look for grown women to come and speak to them and speak to the fact
Mm.
that they're hurting on the inside and no one came to see about them. They're hurting on the inside and they need someone to acknowledge the fact that they're alive, acknowledge the fact that they're a person on the other side of
Literally.
the screen, acknowledge the fact that they have feelings too. And while they want me to shut up, I would rather minister to them
Mm.
than to point out the fact that someone in their lives have dropped them, may have even molested them, may have even assaulted them in some point of their lives. And because they have experienced these things, they're so
Yeah.
full of anger and they're so full of anguish and they're so full of vitriol for people that they don't know, that they have to come in and try to create a disturbance. But I'm here to tell you
Hmm.
that
There is one.
it's okay. We see you.
We see you.
We
You are
acknowledge
safe.
your presence and we welcome you here because you can have a moment and take a moment
Mm-hmm.
to do something different for your life. You
Just
can forgive those people that hurt you in your past. Anyway,
thank you, Lord.
so many of you all have come in since I was talking to the mister earlier that said something so rude to me a minute ago. But that's okay. I ain't kicking nobody out. I'm gonna let them say what they want to say.
Yep.
Lafita, so glad that you are here. Thank you for coming into this space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapmans. Sis, I got me somebody that came in here and I'm learning from you all. It's people like you and Crystal that are all also nice to the people that come in,
Mm-hmm.
and you speak to the people. I'm learning how to not be so mean. Now I did jump out straight off the porch and said something about their mama, but I don't know their mama like that. And so I was like, okay, instead of me talking about the person's mama, let me go ahead and begin um to change my mind about how I want to go about things because I want to be
Mm-hmm.
better in this year. That's why I'm like, I got questions. Do I
Thank
want to move forward with continuing to roast people like I know how to roast them, like a piglet, sitting on the barbecue? I don't want to do that.
Do we want to get them done or do
You
we
know?
want to bake them?
Precious, I see you.
Prayer,
Greetings and salutations.
prayer,
Welcome
faith.
to the chat. Man, so glad that you decided to hang out with us this evening. I thought I saw somebody else come in, but I'm just glad that all of you all came tonight because I want to say I'm on one, but I'm really not. Um, well,
Always.
Mia
When I
J
say
said,
I'm about
Tina,
to
they came
swing.
in acting like their favorite color is fire. Well, you. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. But yeah,
Definitely.
but like I said, thank you, Battlezone. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get better. But that's the thing. Like I said, I look at people like you all who um have decided to take a different route as it pertains to people. Um, I want to be able to return good for evil and not evil for good. I don't want to.
Mm,
If I'm gonna practice what I preach, if
mm,
I'm standing 10 toes down for what I really believe in, is that the route I want to take this year? Don't want to start off my year with roasting people's children. You know what I'm
thank you,
saying? Or
Lord.
talking about someone, until they start crying on the other side and then want to report my channel and all of that because I just said something funky to them. I don't
Thank
want
you.
that to be the way I start this year off or the way I continue it, even if I have decided to start my year off giving people the roast of the century. I don't want to do that because I want to live better. I want to do better. I want to be a place where people feel welcome to come in and be blessed by what I'm saying rather
Thank
than to walk away in offense when I could have taken the opportunity to minister to what was really going on
you.
instead of pointing out the fact that they were being disrespectful in what they said to me.
Yes. I think you're off to a great start, in my opinion.
Child, I'm trying, that's all I can tell you. I'm trying. Lafita said, mind my own spiritual business as well. I'm trying to.
Mm,
I'm trying to. Andrew said, I feel welcomed every time I enter your platform. I appreciate that, Andrew. I'm glad you feel welcome because you all are welcome.
mhm.
Uh, I get a pause for the calls because
Cool.
earlier this year, I can say this year because it's still uh, January. My cousin came into the chat. Do you know I was talking and did not see her? I would just love to first and foremost
You miss
acknowledge and
us?
roll out the red carpet for my blood, my veins, my cousin. The Black Love Permissionists. All stand and applaud her as she has come into this space. I am ever so grateful that she has graced her presence. Greetings and salutations. Graced us with her presence. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chapman's cuz. Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo. I know that's right.
Hey, cuz.
Uh oh. Um, Willie's Desert Hangout. So glad to see you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. And welcome. Glad you decided to hang with us. See, the disrespect was high. LOL, just kidding. Hey, I'm working. I'm trying. I'm trying. And that's the thing about being in these spaces. It's just the fact that uh-oh, wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? She said, "Hey, cuz." Oh, she's speaking of my cuz. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
your cuz.
You
Oh,
know
okay
you
then.
call
Okay. Okay.
cuz
I know
cuz.
who her cuz is, but I
Oh,
thought you were talking about my cuz. I mean, I didn't realize she was talking about my cuz when she said, "Hey, cuz." I thought you were talking about her cuz because I know who her cuz is. But anyway, back to what I was
dude,
saying.
so dope.
I desire to live differently. I desire to have a different mindset. You're so welcome. Um, Willie. Thank you. I try to be as warm as I possibly can, or at least I'm trying to be as warm as I possibly can. Because I do know that there are times where um, um, I can be a bit abrasive. And it's easy for me to be abrasive because some of it has to do with my upbringing. Some of it has to do with who I chose to hang with. Some of it has to do with just some of the things I've decided to associate with in life in general. But I don't want to move forward in that space. And so, if nothing else, I'd rather have a meal with you um, in the worst set of circumstances than to make sure that everything is pristine and wonderful and you can't be around me. And
Mm-hmm.
so, it's one of those things where I'm okay if everything is not perfect, as long as you feel okay in the space, you know. Um, And so I'm just in one of those spaces where I want something different. And I don't want it to be that I'm judgmental. I don't want it to be that I'm allowing my preconceived notions and ideas to keep me from
Mm-hmm.
drawing closer or for the exchange. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you don't know what kind of exchange, what kind of deposits a person wants to make into you or into your life, but because your
Mm-hmm.
attitude is foul,
Mm.
because your disposition, your countenance, your attitude, your face sucks. You know, get that good, resting face, and it's resting in a frown and not in a smile, you know. And
Mm.
so that's something that I think about. I don't want it to be where I'm unpleasant all the time. I like to laugh. I like to play. I like to joke, but I don't want to do it at the expense of someone else's feelings or someone else's, esteem. That's something I don't want to do, you know. Corey, I see you. I appreciate you coming into the space. Just asking a couple of questions. Um, where you at? But before then, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. But I mean, and I've been talking quite a bit. Anthony's, what do you think at this point?
Baby, I can't come behind that, baby. Baby. Mm-mm. Mm. I agree. I agree, Tina. I'm so serious. I have
Yeah,
nothing more to add. Like
I
you
mean,
have literally, you really should think about going into like therapy or something. I'm so for real. If you have not already completed that, Andrew, cut it out.
say this on you, man.
I already done told y'all.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Mm-mm.
And thank you, Lafita. I think that one of the things that I have to be real about is what are people telling you that you're not taking heed to?
Mm.
If somebody come and tell you, you know what, your attitude sucks. My attitude just fine. If you got a problem with my attitude, maybe you need to get out my face. That is not the way to handle that. Sometimes we have to take the constructive criticism and take a moment to say, God, if it's something you trying to tell me that I ain't listening to, or that
Mm,
other people are pointing out so that I can turn to you, show me, help me to come out from this space. Because how many times have we blocked blessings and didn't know it because we foul? And people been telling us, but we've been staying there. You don't
I
know how to talk
mean,
to folks. You don't know how to listen. That is not the right response.
don't. That's why I'm like, do people even give out constructive criticism? Because it just seems like these days everybody is like so easily like offended. Like, I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably can count on one hand how many people I probably feel like I can actually go to and be like, you know what? Your attitude has been like super sucky, like without like somebody just, okay, well, you know what, you got a sucky attitude too. But I'm like, wait a minute, when was my attitude a concern?
Hmm.
So I don't know. Like, are we able to like give our constructive criticism or take it? Because we say we can, but can we really?
Well, look at it from this perspective. If you don't have an inner circle, let's say you're pretty much a loner, but you're in the public space. How many times do people have to get an attitude with you for you to notice that you're the common denominator? You're the least common denominator. It's you.
I think we all have been a common denominator at some point in our life. If we can keep it 1,000, I don't know. I've been a common denominator. Common denominator. It was like maybe a little bit earlier, like in my years, but I mean, I have been aware. I'm thinking it's everybody else, and then like, no, honestly, it was me, and I'm just thinking like, dang, these people put up with this attitude for that long. Like, why nobody ain't come to me and be like, girl, your attitude is like so for
But,
real. I don't know. That's
but
crazy.
my thing is, how many times have we allowed the space for people to come and critique us?
Mm, mm,
Like, for instance, we have a whole thing about, and I'm finna go to, and I can say this because I'm in the category. You fat. I know I'm fat. I ain't never had no problem with saying I'm fat. Don't come in my comment section talking about you ain't fat. You just big boned. You just a little chubby. You thick. No, sweetie, I'm fat. I need to go in the gym and work out. To get rid of some of these love handles and handlebars. When I get through, though,
mm.
it will be a little different. But with me knowing the truth about myself, and there are different reasons for why I've gained some weight, because those who know, I've been on work for a while due to having back procedures and things of that nature. And so I'm not in the space of doing a whole lot of things because my back just cannot carry the load until they fix whatever's going on with my back. And so, with that being the case, I put on some weight. Now I'm in the process of losing weight, but I had put on some weight. With me knowing that, so if somebody was to say, "You fat," am I supposed to be offended? Am I supposed to really look at the person like, "You hurt my feelings when you said the truth"?
Well,
How
I'm
many
be
people can
honest.
come into your space and actually say something to you that's true about you that you know needs to be dealt with, but you've been ignoring?
Mm,
And this is what tends to happen, that when you isolate yourself, when you don't have people, and I'm talking about, when I say isolate yourself, I'm talking about when you don't have good quality people in your life. When you have come to a place in your life where you are ignoring so many people and you have disassociated yourself with so many people to the point where nobody can give you any honest feedback. You don't have anybody in that space that could feel safe with you saying, hey, I think you need to get rid of the hair under your chin
oh yeah.
because they're close enough to you to see the hair. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to speak to it. How many times it has a person, and I'm just using that, when it comes to me and y'all don't count. I'm just talking about women right now. So if a person comes to you and say, hey, when you going to get rid of some of that hair, you need to go see an electrolysis. You need some tweezers. You need to pluck that. Why you walking around with half, look like you got 4 fingers that you could braid together? How many people can say that they have people in their lives that can speak to that issue? And I'm not talking about the folks that got problems with what's that, the hydronitis, sativa,
Oh
whatever
yeah.
that. that disease is as it pertains to, the growing hair in different
Okay, keep
places and the,
going.
I ain't talking about y'all. I'm just talking about you done got
Yeah.
old, honey. You 50 plus and you got a beard. When you gonna get rid of that? Or you got the one little, two little, three little plugs up there, and you won't get rid of that. I'm speaking to that. So I'm talking about how many people are in your life that can say something to you without you being offended. Don't worry about me. Didn't your mama have chin hairs? That's not the response. The response is, "Ooh, thank
Mm.
you for telling me. You got some tweezers on you. I can get rid of these right now. You got a mirror." How many of us are willing to say, "Oh, you're right. Let me fix that," or "Can you help me fix that?" Or let me make me an appointment, because I need a facial anyway. Child, it's been a minute. I need to take care of my face. Instead, you got all this other things and vitriol for the person that's actually trying to help you. Now, if you don't have those type of people in your face or in your space, rather, that can speak to you in that place from a place of love, guess where you're going to get it? Strangers. They going to tell you, hey,
Oh, yeah.
Abe Lincoln, your beard's so long, you're going to trip over it. You keep on letting it grow. That's what they're going to do to you. And then you get mad and be like, they be talking about my beard and I can't help. I grow hair. I done got older, my hormones, blah, 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 whatever. Don't be crying about it. Because if the right person came, if you had the right people in your life, they could have spoke to it
Mm.
behind closed doors or somewhere. But because you didn't gave everybody the Heisman and you don't have anybody that could say, hey, you suck in this area, pause. And so now it's the thing of, who do I have in my life that could say something? The people you exposed to, the lady at the grocery store, the little kid that looked at you like, ew, you got chin hair. I'm just being honest.
The kids are so
And
honest.
I ain't trying to rock y'all to got chin hair. I might have a twig or two every now and then, but I pluck them. If I see them, if I know they're there. Andrew says some humans aren't capable of taking constructive criticism because they are codependent and don't realize it. It's bad.
Mm.
And so we feed us a message. It said, period, Abe. Battlezone said, we cannot allow other to empower our emotions, but be mindful of the messenger and their intent. But even with bad intentions, is there some truth in there?
Mm.
Triggers, star. You know what? Never knew how to pronounce that last name, but I could call you Star. Hey, so glad to see you. I appreciate you coming into the space. I'm one day I'm gonna have to be in your live so I can hear you. I don't know if you'd be doing lives or not. You know what? I need to make it over to your page, see what's going on. But anyway, that way I can at least have an idea. I can ask you how you pronounce it, or you can spell it phonetically in the comment section. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat, Miss. I'm glad you decided to stop by and hang with us tonight. I'm so glad to see you too, because I don't be seeing y'all unless well, the last time I saw you, we was in over there in Preem's chat. Now, don't call me messy, because if you got into it with him, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just speaking. Boy, I tell you the truth, Corey. I mean, I said that like I ain't even spoke to you. She says, Mia, exactly, because it's a difference between constructive criticism and just plain old rude and nasty. But how many times did the little kids say something to you that hurt your feelings, but when what they said was true? The kids don't be really, I mean, sometimes kids don't lie. Ooh, your breath stink. Do it.
Oh God.
Huh? Huh? Does
Oh.
it? Hmm? Are you breathing out cruelties? Hmm? Did you need a peppermint that moment? Hmm? You know if you've been over there eating Chipotle with the extra onions or Taco Bell with them, or Wendy's, because Wendy's onions are strong. You over there, you eating the things. Okay, I know some of y'all bougie. You been over there at Nobu eating a French onion soup or whatever the heck they be eating over there. And then you come out breathing out cruelties, smelling like garlic in the back of your teeth. And before you could get over there to your water picks and things, you'd have ran into a little kid because you done went over there to go get you a bottle of whatever you going to have for the night at the store, at the grocery store. And then you get in line and the little kid is over there swinging their legs on the back of the basket tell you, ooh, that lady breath stink. Can you handle it? Is it not true? Child, just get you some Trident and keep it pushing. If that's what need to be done for the moment. or sign up for the dentist. What it have, whatever's clever, you know. Andrew said, Corey, that just shows the little wisdom within because anyone can teach anyone something new
Mhm.
or actually tell you the truth about you because no feelings are involved. These folks
That's
don't
true.
know you.
Right.
They do not know you. They don't. It's been documented in my medical records. I need to lose some pounds. So tell me something I don't know. That's what I say. I know, right? Come on now. How many times have we have already understood, knew? I mean, you walk past the mirror every day. Forget the mirror. Let's not even talk about the mirror. You bought them clothes, and unless all your clothes is jogging pants, even jogging pants fit looser or tighter after so long if you keep eating. Huh? 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 You
Oh.
do know they go up past 3X. They go up to 5 and 6s and 7s. If you want to get them like that, if you went from 1X to 2X or 2X to 3X, there has been some change. And we talking about jogging pants. We talking about the things with the drawstrings. Hello. Corey said some people can accept constructive criticism from people that they trust and know. But if you
Mhm.
haven't built up that rapport with them, then they may not be open to it, which is actual and factual. However, if
Mhm.
you ain't listening to nobody, guess what where you're gonna get it from? Somebody, because somebody's gonna tell you. How you for the people that are on here that are content creators and you show your they not show your face, but they actually see what you look like. They see your everyday, see you without makeup, see you with makeup, and this is not a show about just women alone, because y'all know men, y'all be having them bald spots and stuff, and y'all get the spray paint and all that because your edges ain't doing what your edges used to do and all that. You get your line up and you tell them to go on and hit you with the super sauce, so you can come out here looking like you got the black paint with the white chalk around it. We get it. We understand. You just want to keep looking like, you look like somebody in life. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't get in too many swimming pools. Don't let no woman rub your head, and you'll be all right in the rest of the day. But all I'm saying is everybody's not ready to cut all their hair off. But if somebody say, hey, bald headed, hair looking like tendonism, like it falling off the bone, you shouldn't be too upset about it if that's the fact. I'm an equal opportunist. So if the women can get it, the men can too. I'm one who Andrew said, I'm one who don't mind being corrected. However, I'm going to correct you any chance given just to see if you can take what you dish out. But I have to work on that. And I get that, because sometimes, it could sting a little. And um instead of accepting the criticism as it comes, the correction as it comes, and say, you know what, I appreciate you pointing out that I'm gonna have to work on that, or I'm working on that. I've been trying, I might not be that successful today, but I'm on my way, because it's a way to even accept the criticism. What
Mhm.
they gonna say if you say you right, you fat? You know what? I saw that my back of meat stretching when I looked at the peanut butter sandwich earlier today. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Okay.
My thing is, don't let the back meat stay on there if that's not what you want, and don't be in denial about the fact that you got extra roll back there. Hello. That's why we need to sign up for coach, but that's neither here nor there. The battle zone says transparency is the gateway to transformation. It is. It is. And so, and I'm only talking about, things as it pertains to where we are today, where we really are today. Because while I might be talking about somebody being fat or somebody being bald headed, woman or man, because both can be bald. And there's no shade to you all that have chosen to cut your hair out, because I don't care, because I might cut my hair at any given moment if I feel like it. Right now, it's uh, about the length of close to midway down my back. So I'm not ready to cut it off, but it's been short enough to where I couldn't make a ponytail, and I just grew it back out. There are people who make decisions for themselves, and we're not talking about them. Those who have decided I need to put some weight on because I don't want to be walking around look like I'm underweight. Then you have other people like I need to lose weight. Because what good does it go to be talking about, oh, you skinny, you need a plate? They probably know that, but they could also have an issue with their metabolism. They could have a high metabolism. It could be hyper thyroidism. You don't know. On the other hand, when it comes to people receiving the criticism, can you handle it when it comes? Are you self aware enough to know that the thing that they're saying may actually apply? And I'm not talking about the things that we cannot do on our own or the things that we choose to do for our own benefit in whatever way. But it's more so about the thing that you know you need to work on. You said you was going to work on. You decided not to work on for whatever reason, because a lot of times we can make excuses if the thing that we need to do is hard. Somebody pointing the fact that you haven't done it yet does not make it a false statement. It just bringing light to the fact you haven't done what you said you was going to do for you. Andrew said, I'm so grateful for God taking pride away and replacing it with the
Thank
wisdom
you,
I
Lord.
prayed for. Come on.
Thank you,
That's
Lord.
the area that I said that I struggle with. Is the area of pride. Um Andrew said, I'm 37. I see a little gray. I got a lot of gray. Child, whew, it's a bunch of it
Mhm.
up here. And I ain't 37. I ain't seen 30s in a while. Um, please don't cut your hair, please. First of all, sir, no, I'm not trying to cut my hair. I like my hair. All of, no, I'm holding on to my tresses, if I might, if I may. But yeah, this one of those things that I sit here and I think about as it pertains to um you never know what a person is experiencing. So we must be careful
Mhm.
about the things that we say to one another. On the
Yeah.
other hand, we cannot negate the fact that people see us. They see us. We're not invisible. They see our attitudes. They see our disposition. They see how we carry ourselves. What I was saying a minute ago about pride, this is an area that I struggle with because and just in all in full transparency, and we about to go unless entities want to take the road somewhere else. But I take I'm fully transparent in that I say I struggle with pride because underneath the pride, which is secondary, is insecurity. Now I could come across very
Mhm.
strong like, but I still harbor insecurity in different spaces, not necessarily about what somebody else got or anything like that. But I ain't here to tell you all my business either. I'm just telling you I got some areas of insecurity. That should be enough. If it ain't enough, take it up with the Lord and he'll tell you if he want to.
Hmm.
But what I'm saying is that I struggle in the areas as it pertains to pride, and underneath that is insecurity. A lot of the things that I have done as it pertains to learning as much as I can learn, some of the wisdom that I've acquired has been through the auspices of going through a lot of things. And because of that, it's easy to become um, prideful or arrogant because I've experienced so many different things.
Mm.
And I mean, I know that some people had a thing, oh, I got it out the mud, that started from the bottom, now I'm here. Well, I have to keep from having that kind of attitude myself. Because that's a prideful statement. I got it out the mud. No, I didn't get nothing out the mud. God brought me here. However, the places that I
Mhm.
put myself, that God had to deliver me from, the dangerous positions that I put myself, that I had to be, that had needed mercy to come out of, that it didn't
Mhm.
overtake me or take me out.
Thank
That's
you.
where I am, but I'm not always aware of that when I make some of the statements I make. So I have to be very
Ooh.
careful in that area. When I want to say, you ain't get it like me. Was you in the trenches? Have you ever been pew-pewed before? Have you ever been to jail? That's a pride statement. Some
Mhm.
insecurity is showing up. I need to deal with that in that area. Everybody ain't able to say that though. Um, oh,
Oh.
uh, Yawson Frimpong. Might have messed up your name, but hey, I'm so glad you're here. God bless you. You make me feel brand new. For God bless me with you. You make me feel brand new. I sing this song for you. Thank you for the song. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman. So glad that you were willing to even share that with us. And Hope the Lord does make you feel brand new.
Okay.
But with that being the case, thank you for hanging out with us today. And if you have missed part of this live, in which we will be ending shortly, those of you all that have come in late, be kind of rewind. You might get a little piece of something, out of what we were talking about beyond before I started talking about all the fat people and the people that ain't got no hair and the people with the chin hair too, myself included. Not I ain't got no chin hair today. Let me see, let me make sure. No, I ain't got none. Well, I ain't on camera, so it don't matter. I could have a whole Abe Lincoln down to my feet. It wouldn't matter right now because all you looking at is a picture. What I'm saying though is if I go to the grocery store, the kid gonna say it. Somebody, and then in today's society, they'll take a picture and they'll put it on the internet. Oh,
Okay.
Tina had beard going down past her ears. We don't know where it came from. Oh Lord, and then it was like, is that Tina? I ain't never seen her bearded. No, I'm not bearded. I'm just saying, in the society that we live in, somebody's gonna say something about you. Can you handle it honestly? Can you take the criticism and say, either they're going to have to just accept it, or this is something that I have to deal with, or this is something that is going on in my life in a way that um that affects me personally, but either I'm working on it or there's nothing I can do. I've accepted the fact that I'm just a bearded lady. I just ain't in the circus. I had to go, I had to be the bald person. You know what I'm saying? I had to be. You had to come to that conclusion. Or the thing of I got something that's going on with my thyroid, and I got on more meat than I would prefer. Pause on the meat. But I'm just saying, if you're a little heavier, you just accept that. I can't do what I want to do to be able to maintain the level of health I would like to. But that's something I've come to a place to accept, if that be the case with me. So what I'm saying is this: where are you this year? Where are you as it pertains to the insecurities that you carried over from last year? Are you still there? Have you asked yourself, am I sliding back into the things that I said I didn't want to do this year? Do I see remnants of last year creeping into 2026 or 2024 or 2023 or 2020? Do you still see stuff from 2008 in your life today? Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself these questions. It shouldn't be anyone that comes along to say something to you that you don't already know, unless it's an area in which you've been blind to, and you need someone that'll come and help you along the way to help you be a better you. Do you
Mm.
want to be better? Does it take the stranger because you won't listen to your sister and your brother and your best friend and your uncle them and your mama them, all because you don't like the way they said it?
Oh,
So instead of you receiving it from them, now you got to hear it from the world because you still won't change. Is that what you want? Because that's what you're gonna get. And you think your feelings hurt dealing with your folks? Get out there in the wild, wild world and let them talk about you.
okay. Especially on the
You
government's internet, baby.
come on here. You can't look the wrong way. They'll call you cockeyed. Come on here.
Boy, I'm telling boy, a 5 second, boy, a
You
five
know,
second highlight, boy.
let me tell
Okay.
you something. Somebody can, in a heartbeat, take a picture of you while you looking at a mosquito trying to bite you in your nose. And they was
when
like,
I
oh, they didn't had a stroke. They cross-eyed right now.
when I tell you,
Andrew did tickle me. Corey asked the question. Criticism usually comes with some type of resolution, though, right?
the one at
Maybe.
work, they tell
It
you,
depends. It depends. It really does depend. Because sometimes people are just pointing out what the issue is. And it's up to you to go and find a solution. Can they tell you they know how to fix your problem? Sometimes it's not about, hey, okay, and I'm gonna use this for instance. Your breath stank. I've been brushing my teeth for such and such amount of times. I scrape it. I got the water pick going. I floss on the regular. You know what I'm saying? You do all of the things, using the mouthwash. You do the whole 9 yards. You go and get it. And for whatever reason, your breath still stink. Can the person that say your breath stink also tell you what's wrong with you to fix your problem? No. Is the criticism of them talking about how your breath stink factor or not? It could be factual, but the issue may not be something that they could help. You was like, you need a peppermint. Peppermint ain't gonna help that. It could be a gut issue. Can they tell you that? Can I diagnose your issue right then and there? No, but does my criticism of you breathing fire, hot dragon breath down my neck, it causes me to say something to you? What do you do with that? You take the information that you've been given and you go back and say, hey, I still have a problem in this particular area. And evidently it's not the teeth. Let me go and talk to a GI specialist or something because I got to deal with this. Don't be out here still looking for a husband, or you about to run the husband you got away. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, don't be in a situation where, you know, can't nobody tell you nothing. And then when you do get into a space where, everybody wants to receive you, they can't because of the issue that you won't take care of or go to see about. Again, I'm not talking about the things that we cannot change. I'm not talking about the things that we don't have the means, the wherewithal, the bandwidth to take care of. What I'm talking about is sometimes a person can point out a problem that you have, an issue that you have, but don't know how to solve that problem.
Mm, so true.
Because there are some people that are prostitutes, not because they are just freaks. It is because trauma has entered into their life in some kind of way. And they need to deal with the core issues to get them off the street. They ain't just after just to be out there. They're not doing what they're doing just because they want to do it. Some may, but at the same time, you almost have to ask the question of, is that really what they want to do? I'm not saying, and I'm not talking about those of you all who want to, swing on the chandelier on Fridays. I ain't got nothing to do with that. What I'm talking about is sometimes there are underlying issues that are beneath the surface that people may not be able to speak to as it pertains to criticism. Um, Battle of the Lemonade. What? I don't know what he talking about.
Let me see.
Oh, he's talking about Battle on. I get told fix your face, and that's my issue sometimes dealing with the public. I understand.
Okay, I'm like, what's wrong with my face though? Come on, fix my face. You know what though?
Hmm.
Growing up, like people used to tell me that I'm like, what I look sad? I'm not trying to look like this. Like, wow, what? Like, is that supposed to be good or bad?
I mean, it depends. Are you making them feel uncomfortable? I don't know. But again, it's one of those things. Yeah, I've had somebody. I was like, fix your face, but it had to do with the fact that they was always crying. It's like I can't say the word I want to say.
Oh, that
Person,
makes sense.
why
You
are
should
you
try.
fix your face? Yeah, I could say person with some pizzazz on it, like I said another word. But I'm just saying, individual. Hello, could you fix your face? Because every time I look at you, you are crying about everything. Now, this is the thing. All I see is the tears. They know the trauma they've been through. They know that they need therapy.
Mm.
They know that something happened to them that they never expressed, but it keeps coming out of their face as a frown and as tears. All I can say is, we having a party. Why you want to come over here bawling?
Oh
What is
yeah,
you
that's
over here to
true.
need somebody to pass you a napkin for? And I ain't talking about these are happy tears. You over there sad. Want somebody to patch you up? You got a problem. But me pointing it out ain't necessarily helping them because the issue is beyond what I understand or can know what can help them. Fantastic. I see you in the building. We're about to leave this building, but I appreciate you for coming into this space. Welcome to the Chapman's Greetings and salutations. And if you would be so kind to rewind one time for the one time. Hello. Um, um,
Hey.
when I tell you some of y'all's names are
I'm gonna
interesting.
say hello, Tuba. Hello, new YouTuber.
Hello. Jawaria. Not sure how to pronounce your name. I hope I didn't chop it up too horribly. What I can say is greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman. So glad that you decided to hang out with us these few couple of minutes before we get out of here. Um, mine has been fix my face expression. Uh, they say people say fix my face because I look sad. They say, but I'm not sad. I'm happier than them. Yeah, absolutely. Mm. Micah, so glad to see you as we are about to dip and get out of here like a chip. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman. So glad that you decided to hang out with us tonight. Um, you pronounced it perfectly. Hey, I'm so glad.
Mhm.
Because, child, let me tell you, there be some names in here. I'm like, huh, help me out a little bit. But thank you all for coming out tonight. Anthony, you got any closing remarks as we get ready to get out of this place? Let the people have their life back.
Okay, you guys can get your life back. But I just want to note that even though I do want to take a different approach. I am going to take a different approach, but it's only 24 days in. And so already what I'm going to do different is not throw my whole year away. Because, see, like normally I'll be
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just like, now it's over. But I'm realizing it's only 24 days in. We get 365. So I'm just finna refocus. Like, refocus for real. Like,
Hmm.
refocus for real. That's all I got tonight, y'all.
Man, so glad to see you. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. We are on our way out the door, but I'm so glad that you decided to come here and hang out with us these couple of minutes as we get ready to leave this space. If you would be kind to rewind, you might get something out of here one time. But so glad that you decided to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Um, and I want to go ahead. Oh, I said what I said. Y'all just be piling in here right when we get ready to get out the door. I said what I said. I'm so glad to see you in this Chapman's. Welcome, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman's. So glad you decided to hang out with us, though we are on our way out the door. But it is always a blessing to see your face in this space. And so, thank you for hanging out with us. If you would, if you desire so, be kind and rewind, see what we were saying one time. Um, I want to wrap this up by saying this. Um, I just want to encourage you all to reconsider where you are today, where you want to be within this year. It's still early. I'm only doing this check-in because we're a few weeks into this year. Some of us have already started slipping as it pertains to resolution. I'm not one for resolutions, but there are things that I have in my heart that I desire to pursue within this year that I wasn't pursuing, or at least I wasn't pursuing with enough fervor last year,
Hmm.
um, including a walk with God. I want to walk closer with Him this year than I did
Hmm.
last year. And so there are things that I want to have in place to be able to do so. I wanted to be able to stand up against injustice as well in different areas, and disassociate myself with chaos, and toxic individuals and situations. I don't have a whole lot of toxicity in my own personal life, but being attached to other people can bring you into toxicity. And I said this year I was determined to distance myself from those things. And so, with that being the case, you got to ask yourself today, where have I begun to see last year, the yesteryears, in my today? Are you sliding back into those places mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, economically, you know, socially? Are you familially? Are you sliding back into places that you said and had made up in your mind, that's not where I want to be for 2026. Take the time to ask yourself some questions. Are you where you want to be? Are you doing the things that are necessary in order for you to get to where you want to go? Are you willing to cut that thing off that's attached to you, that's tethered to you, that is keeping you from being your best self? Have you submitted to God in the areas you know you need to? With that being the case, I ain't preaching no sermons. I just got questions for me, and hopefully you got some questions for you too.
Yes, ma'am.
With that being the case, as I always say, thank you all for coming out, hanging with us tonight. Those of you all who came in, we only been live for an hour and 12 minutes. Those of you all who came in a little late, if you would, be kind, rewind, check it out one time for the one time and see if it'll change your mind about where you're trying to go. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Bye.
Bye.